The Burevestnik, Russia's nuclear-powered cruise missile, its recent test, deployment preparations, and potential targets.
In a significant escalation of its strategic capabilities, Russia conducted a successful test of the 9M730 Burevestnik nuclear-powered cruise missile on October 21, 2025. President Vladimir Putin, addressing military officials in a televised briefing, described the missile as a unique creation that no one else in the world possesses, highlighting its unlimited range and ability to penetrate any existing or future missile defense systems. According to Chief of the General Staff Valery Gerasimov, the missile remained airborne for approximately 15 hours, covering a distance of 14,000 kilometers while demonstrating advanced evasion maneuvers. This test, announced on October 26, 2025, represents a milestone in Russia's long-troubled development program for the Burevestnik, known to NATO as the SSC-X-9 Skyfall. The Burevestnik embodies Russia's pursuit of asymmetric deterrence in an era of heightened geopolitical tensions, particularly amid the ongoing conflict in Ukraine and strained relations with NATO. Its nuclear propulsion system allows for theoretically indefinite flight times, enabling it to loiter over vast areas before striking. However, the weapon's radiological risks have drawn comparisons to a flying Chernobyl, raising concerns about environmental and safety hazards. This essay explores the missile's historical development, technical specifications, testing history, preparations for deployment, potential targets, and broader implications. Drawing on related systems and examples, it examines how the Burevestnik could reshape global nuclear dynamics, even as experts debate its operational viability and strategic value.
Historical context: reviving Cold War ambitions in a modern arena. The concept of a nuclear-powered cruise missile harkens back to the Cold War, when the United States experimented with Project Pluto in the 1950s and 1960s. This initiative aimed to create the supersonic low-altitude missile, SLAM, a ramjet-powered weapon with unlimited range that would spew radioactive exhaust as an additional hazard. Despite successful reactor tests, the project was abandoned in 1964 due to insurmountable safety issues, uncontrollable radiation, and the advent of more reliable intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs. Russia's Burevestnik program revives this idea, adapting it to contemporary threats like advanced U.S. missile defenses. Development reportedly began in the early 2000s, accelerating after the U.S. withdrawal from the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty in 2002. Putin first publicly revealed the missile in his March 1, 2018, State of the Nation address, positioning it as one of 6 invincible weapons designed to counter NATO's expansion and U.S. systems like Aegis Ashore. The name Burevestnik, meaning storm petrel in Russian, a bird symbolizing impending storms, was selected through a public contest, underscoring its role in psychological deterrence. This weapon aligns with Russia's escalate to de-escalate doctrine, where nuclear threats could compel adversaries to back down. Amid economic sanctions and the Ukraine war, the Burevestnik serves as a symbol of technological resilience, though its development has been plagued by setbacks, including a fatal 2019 explosion. Deputy Chairman of Russia's Security Council Dmitry Medvedev celebrated the recent test, congratulating all Russia's friends on the achievement, framing it as a boost to allies amid global rivalries.
Technical breakdown: engineering unlimited range and evasion. The Burevestnik is a subsonic cruise missile with groundbreaking propulsion. A compact nuclear reactor that heats air for thrust, eliminating the need for conventional fuel and enabling flights lasting days or weeks. Estimates suggest a range exceeding 20,000 kilometers, allowing it to circumnavigate the globe multiple times. It measures about 12 meters long at launch with a solid fuel booster for takeoff, after which the reactor engages. Flying at low altitudes, 50 to 100 meters, to hug terrain and evade radars, it incorporates stealth materials and unpredictable flight paths guided by AI. The missile carries a nuclear warhead, potentially yielding up to 1 megaton, making it suitable for devastating hardened targets. Launch occurs from ground-based mobile platforms, possibly rail-mounted in remote areas like the Arctic, to minimize detection and radiological risks during storage. Challenges include the reactor's heat signature, which could be detectable by infrared sensors, and the potential for radioactive contamination if the missile crashes. Western experts, such as those from the Federation of American Scientists, question its practicality, noting that prolonged flight increases vulnerability to interception.
The testing odyssey, from failures to claimed success. The Burevestnik's test history is marked by ambition and peril. Since 2016, Russia has conducted over a dozen tests, many ending in failure. A notable disaster occurred on August 8, 2019, at the Nyanoxa test site, where an explosion during recovery operations killed 5 scientists and released radiation, prompting international concern. Early flights, such as one in 2017, lasted mere minutes before crashing into the sea. Progress accelerated in recent years. Putin claimed a successful test in October 2023, though details were scant. The October 21, 2025, test, conducted amid escalating rhetoric, validated key parameters: endurance, range, and maneuverability against simulated defenses. Gerasimov emphasized its ability to strike highly protected targets anywhere in the world with guaranteed accuracy. Independent verification remains limited, but satellite imagery and radiation monitoring support Russian claims of activity at sites like Novaya Zemlya.
Preparations for deployment, infrastructure and operational readiness. Following the test, Putin ordered the development of infrastructure for Burevestnik's integration into Russia's armed forces, targeting operational status by 2027. This includes constructing secure launch sites, likely in the Arctic or remote Siberian regions, with rail-based systems for mobility and hardened bunkers for reactor maintenance. Training programs for specialized crews are underway, focusing on radiological safety and mission planning. Challenges abound. Sanctions restrict access to critical components, and scaling production could strain resources amid the Ukraine conflict. Nonetheless, the missile will augment Russia's nuclear triad: ICBMs like the RS-28 Sarmat, submarine-launched missiles, and strategic bombers, enhancing second strike capabilities. Analysts suggest initial deployment in limited numbers, perhaps 10 to 20 units, as a deterrent rather than a primary weapon.
Potential targets, strategic vulnerabilities in a global reach. The Burevestnik's unlimited range and evasion features position it to target a wide array of high-value assets worldwide, focusing on US and NATO infrastructure to undermine Western defenses. Primary targets include command and control centers, such as the US Cheyenne mountain complex or Mount Weather Bunker, often sensationalized as Trump's secret bunker in media reports. Its low-altitude flight and nuclear payload make it ideal for striking hardened underground facilities, where conventional missiles might fail. Other potential targets encompass US military bases abroad, like those in Europe, e.g., Ramstein Air Base in Germany, or the Pacific, e.g., Guam or Diego Garcia, allowing Russia to project power from Arctic launch points without overflying Allied territories. In a conflict scenario, it could target aircraft carrier groups, missile defense sites like THAAD installations in South Korea or Aegis systems in Romania, or even population centers for maximum deterrence effect. Russian doctrine emphasizes retaliatory strikes, so Burevestnik might loiter over the South Pole to approach US targets from unexpected southern vectors, bypassing northern radar networks. Experts note its ability to circle the globe at low altitude, avoid missile defenses, and dodge to hit any point, including strategic assets in the United States proper, such as NORAD headquarters or nuclear silos in the Midwest. However, targeting decisions would depend on escalation levels, with radiological fallout risks limiting use to extreme scenarios. Comparisons to hypersonic weapons like the Kinshal highlight Burevestnik's endurance advantage for prolonged threats against dispersed targets.
Strategic implications: deterrence, arms control, and global risks. The Burevestnik's deployment could destabilize nuclear balances, evading treaties like New START due to its novel design and mobile basing. NATO views it as provocative, potentially spurring a new arms race, while China praises it as a balance changer. Environmental concerns persist. A crash could contaminate vast areas, as seen in past incidents. Related systems include Russia's Poseidon nuclear torpedo and the US's canceled SLAM, illustrating the perils of exotic weapons. Historical parallels like the Soviet Tsar Bomba tests warn of escalation without arms control.
Conclusion: navigating the storm petrel's wake. The October 2025 test propels the Burevestnik toward deployment, offering Russia unprecedented deterrence but at high risk. By targeting global vulnerabilities, it challenges adversaries while inviting countermeasures. Renewed diplomacy, perhaps reviving nuclear treaties, is essential to avert catastrophe. As Medvedev's celebratory post underscores, the petrol signals stormy times ahead, collective wisdom must guide the response.